Last year, the Minot Area Community Foundation saw record numbers in donations to support local food pantries. The foundation started the Donation Station Challenge back in 2017 to benefit the 3 food pantries that were around at that time. Fast forward to 2024, about 15,000 pounds of food were distributed to the community from just September until the end of the year. The Finance and Program Director, Stacy Kenny, says their Purple Mobile Giving Trailer has played a huge role in the uptick of donations last year. They've expanded their support to 6 different food pantries, including public schools, churches, and community centers in McHenry County.
Maybe there's some schools that don't have backpack buddies, or the older kids need kind of a different version, but still the ability to access food for the weekends. That's kind of how we entered into like the Jim Hill and the Central, because they have their own version of a food pantry.
Now, since its debut in 2017, the foundation has collected more than 85,000 pounds of food. More than $10,000 was also granted to support the area pantries.